Hey guys, Gary Dean, Foxy Drop Outdoors. Behind me, you'll see a lot of cool stuff. Today I'm working on one of my Infinilight boxes, and I'm calling it that because these are crazy light when they're done. It's the same thing that I build our campers out of. Let me show you. So, I build these Foxy Drop campers, and this is foam and epoxy with bed liner material on the outside, and this is the exact same thing. So this will be the 6-foot box that will go on one of these trailers. Not this trailer, but I'm going to show you that trailer in a second. It's outside. So this is a 6-foot by 4-foot box. I still have to put a 2-foot divider here and then one in the middle going that way. That makes everything very strong, and it gives you individual compartments for hauling gear and whatnot. So as you can see behind me, I have one of our, this is a more rugged unit than, well, it's built differently, I should say. It's built with square tubing instead of channel. We have built these very, very capable. Now let me show you the trailer that is going on. So here is the trailer that box is going to go on. This is actually it's a tradesman trailer. This is a rack for a 10.6 gallon water tank to go in, and that's a spare tire mount. So extended tongue, really easy to back up. We do have, this one was specifically built for another client. He wanted more tongue weight so that he could carry the water tank and all that. So we put the axle about 6 inches behind where we would normally put it. So normally the axle would be about in the center there with the extended tongue. But on this one, he's got more tongue weight, which will still be right at about 10% of the gross vehicle weight, which is pretty appropriate. We're gonna have about 200 pounds of tongue weight. Right now, as it sits, it has 65 pounds of tongue weight. By the time you put a 20-pound tank in there and then 10.6 gallons of water, that's another 90 pounds. And then you're looking at about 38 pounds for these two racks. You're looking at 8 pounds for that spare tire rack, 40 pounds for the spare tire. After you add all that stuff up, we're gonna have about 200 pounds of tongue weight. The whole thing is not supposed to weigh more than 2,000 pounds. So this has a 2,000 pound axle, 15-inch modular wheels with some radial tires. So anyway, this is the finished product for one of, well, this is a mobile detailing trailer is what it's going to be. And it's getting that box that I'm building. So anyway, I'm still working on my new paint bay. I did paint that trailer in here yesterday. I still have that trailer in the back to paint. Still got to get this sorted. I kind of just made this work for yesterday. It is not going to stay like this. I am going to put plastic on the ceiling and all over the walls and on the floor. Mostly because I'm spraying bed liner in here. That particular trailer got a coat of Raptor liner after self-etching acid etch epoxy primer. So anyway, so that's what's up with that. And as far as the box that's in here, I'll be working on that all day tomorrow, and I'm hoping I can have this box done in about 3 days with holes cut for the compartments and everything. But today I got all of the walls, and then here's the roof. Like I've mentioned before, I make my own panels out of this EPS foam, and I laminate them with fiberglass and epoxy. which is why we are called Foxy Drop Outdoors. So Foxy is foam and epoxy, which is exactly what these boxes are made of. And the drop is because when I started doing this, I wanted to build those campers in there, which we still are doing, no problem at all. Those start at about 8,000 bucks. It's very labor intensive to have something incredibly lightweight, very durable, built like a boat more than anything else, and something that is not only going to last you a very long time, if not forever, but this foam and epoxy is just great materials to build from. Lightweight, basically forever materials. This foam, you know, it takes what, hundreds of years to biodegrade. So strong parts, quality, basically build, and then when you put the Raptor liner on the outside of it, it really becomes a nice rigid lightweight box that keeps all of your gear dry, and you don't have any seams at all because I fiberglass wrap all the corners. So you won't have any seams at all that could leak, other than where the hatches are. But I seal those in with butyl tape. Then I use Dynaflex to go around them and make sure all of the hatches are watertight. But anyway, we also build these boxes out of this carbon core product, and this is rigid. It is nice. A lot of other companies use this. This is my lesser expensive option. It costs a little bit more to make the foam and epoxy version because obviously I've got to make the panels versus buying them pre-made. These panels here are just slightly more rigid, and all the other companies that use these panels are using corner caps for everything. I do not. What we do is we fiberglass wrap the corners just like we do over here. I use polyester resin for these though, because the catalyst kicks faster. I can build these a lot faster in this material. Now, why would you want to go with the foam and epoxy that I build? Well, great question. You're going to save about 100 to 125 pounds on the total build by going with this material. So if you're looking for weight savings and you want to maximize the gear that you can bring with you, this is a different option. I also prefer this option because this is custom. This is something that I make in-house, or I should say we. I've got a couple of employees. We make these panels in-house, and they are unique to us. Whereas all the other companies are buying this straight from the company, and then they build with this. So that's more of a custom option. I prefer that. I'm a type of guy where I don't want to use any cookie cutter BS. I want it to be very unique, and that's where we're at. So I'll give you an update tomorrow after I get more of this box finished up, and I'll also hopefully have enough done by the end of day tomorrow. I'm hoping that the epoxy dries fast enough where I can actually sit it on the trailer so that you can see what it looks like on the trailer. I'll also, in tomorrow's video, show you some of the hatches and the different options that that I'm offering. There's a couple different ways to skin a cat, as you already know, but I offer two different hatch options. I can do boat hatches, which are half the price, literally, of the RV hatches that are going in this one. So this is going to be the premium build. Ain't nothing wrong with going with that. Like I said, it's all fiberglass. It's just not custom. So you're going to be able to save a little bit of money with that kind of situation, because that's a finished fiberglass reinforced plastic panel with gel coat on it. And then on the inside is just a honeycomb plastic. So solid quality stuff. It just weighs, this is a 4x8 sheet. So these 4x8 sheets, I think, weigh right at 30 pounds. My 4x8 sheets of what I make weigh 18 pounds per 4x8 sheet. So it's considerable weight savings when you think about everything that goes into these boxes, with all of the corner glassing that we do, with all of the, because the other thing is that option doesn't need interior corner glassing. We're able to use thickened epoxy to seal those things together and seal up all the interior corners, whereas the outside, we cap the corners with polyester resin so that you'll never have a leak. Then we finish that with Raptor liner in white to match the panels, or if you opt, there is an upgrade where we can line those panels with Raptor liner as well. We could do custom colors, anything you want. So really, I do pretty much everything custom, but there's a standard to go by, if you will. So I'll shoot the next video tomorrow and give you an update on the project I'm working on now. If you need a custom build done, my cell phone number is 813-846-4406. If you'd like to talk about having a standard or a more custom build done, I can do that. And we can use any materials you want. If you don't like the standard materials, which there's no reason why not to, you're looking at proven, boxed in, 2x2 square tubing, 1/8 inch thick everywhere. And this is 1.5 by 1.5. Or we can do that box that will be bolted down to the trailer, and then on top of this we're going to do a 1.5 foot rack, so you can put a rooftop tent on there. You can also use the top for storage. It'll be bed lined and all of that, very durable. And then you can put side boxes on the racks. I'll show you all of that in this series, but this is part 1 and this is the end. We'll see you again on the next one on this same build.